Hey team, happy Tuesday. Thank you for being patient with me. I have so many things, but I'm going to narrow it down to 4 that I want to just bring to you today, and hopefully you can find some value and be a little uplifted or implement and just know that I'm with you on this. I'm in the trenches, and so I'm just going to go over a few things and take some notes because I think they'll be helpful. And a lot of these thoughts came from the Virtual Upline podcast, and I will post a picture of that podcast in the comments of this group when I'm done. It's a virtual upline. This guy is in the MLM business as well and has made an amazing business for himself. And so what he's done is he has topics. Some of them are long, or he has what he calls 5-minute Fridays, but he's basically acting as your virtual upline. So he's in another MLM, so some of the stuff might not apply specifically to our business. It's more broad-based for all network marketing, but a lot of the things that he talks about as far as, burnout and adding value in Facebook and posting and sharing your story. The one I listened to was how to, 5 things to do to run a successful business, and I think it's something that every single new coach or veteran coach who's struggling needs to listen to. It's going to be, when I can, definitely put into the new coach training because I think it's really great. I think there's a lot of value. There's a lot of just awesome nuggets that were in there. I was listening to it while I was walking. I had Lincoln in the carrier and pushing Hayden in the stroller, and I had to keep stopping to take notes. But he also interviews another MLM guy who is doing very well, him and his wife as a team. So I will post that podcast below. It's an hour, so it was long, but it's well worth it. And like I said, I listened to the whole thing while I went for a walk last week with the kids. So, okay, number 1 that he talked about was success. And I am struggling with this right now myself. Matthew and I have been having a lot of conversations about this. I want to be here with the business. I want to be like this rank and making this much money and doing this much, but my time only allows me to do so much, right? But I also believe that God has us in this business for different reasons and different purposes. And that doesn't mean that we can't strive for big goals. We can't set those big, scary, hairy goals in front of us. But I think we all have to remember that we are all on a different journey, and not everybody can be a top 10 coach. Not everybody is going to be 15-star diamond. Not everybody is going to earn 700 million Success Club points every month. Candy Kerrigan showed me a coach who earned 604 Success Club points, and I was like, man, that's crazy. But that looks great, but can I manage those people? Can I connect with 302 people? No, I can't do that every month, plus new coaches, plus take care of the challengers and stuff that I have for the month before. So those big numbers look great, but I can't manage that. So that success, although it's amazing and your name is in lights and people are seeing you and you're helping so many people, and people on the outside of Beachbody world think you're absolutely amazing, but can you handle that? Can you emotionally, physically, tangibly handle that amount of people? I can't. I'm struggling to handle what I have, right? So success is how you define it for your life, for what you are able to do in the season that you are in. Okay, I'm comparing my goals for myself and what I want to when I had 2 children, self-sufficient, on a strict schedule, in school 2 days a week. So I had 8 hours a week that they were in school, and I had no other responsibility than I could come home and work my business for 3 hours that day. My life is not like that right now. My success is going to look different during this season, and that doesn't mean that I can't strive for that goal of elite and go there, but I have to remember that it's going to take me a little bit longer to accomplish those goals because I can't hustle like I did with the kids, with just the twins. So success is how you define it. What are you able to give? Because what you are able to give is what you're able to receive back, typically with this business. So if you're able to give an hour a day, then you're going to get an hour a day results. If you are able to give 2-3 hours a day, then you're going to get 2 to 3 hour results. And when I was going elite, I was spending about 4 hours a day on my business. And I can't do that right now. Not this month, but that doesn't mean come September that I won't have that time when the kids are back in school. Hayden's going to go somewhere for 2 days a week. Lincoln will be on a better schedule. Hopefully I won't be so sleep deprived, and I can start working in that hour in the morning, hour at night, and nap time hustle, right? So you start to figure things out when life settles down out of the season that you're in. But I want you to take just take a look at your business and how you're feeling. If you're feeling successful, if you're feeling like you're doing the right things, keep doing that. But if you feel like you're constantly failing, figure out if your expectations are too high for what you have to give, okay? If your expectations are Success Club 10 every month and adding 2 coaches, but you're only working the business 30 minutes, 4 days a week, you're not gonna get there. If you're working an hour, 6 days a week, and those are your goals, you should get there if you're doing the right things, okay? So you define success in your business. I was telling Matthew, I feel more successful and excited and joyful about my business now, and I'm at a lower rank, and I'm bringing in lower Success Club points than I did when we went elite in 2015. Because I have more impact now. I have a bigger purpose now. My purpose isn't to hit elite, although that will be great when we do, because I believe we have the coaches on this team to make that happen. But by focusing on impacting people and helping them with their life, that's how we're going to get to that goal, not focusing on how many coach recruits are we getting. Like, we have to do both, but we have to lead with something with impact. I have met some amazing new moms. I've helped moms break out of that new mom funk and not have it. And some people who've had postpartum depression after their first, because they're starting a health and fitness focus, 6 weeks after their postpartum, they're not going through that postpartum depression. They're not having those baby blues. Like, that's huge. I feel more successful, more joyful, more impactful as a coach this year than I ever have in my entire career as a coach. And it's because I'm leading with purpose beyond just health and fitness. But I want whole health. And that, for me right now, is what's carrying me through my business, is defining that as my success. I have rate goals, I have income goals, just like everybody else, but I'm defining success in my business by how I'm changing the lives that I'm working with. And that's huge, right? Those are the stories that matter. So success is how you define it, not corporate, not me, not anybody else. Maybe you are in a season where you're defining success in your business by those numbers, and that's not a bad thing. Just define your business that way for this season of life, for these goals that you have. Define your business that way. But if you're starting to feel like you're failing because you're not hitting Success Club 16 or you're not adding 4 coaches, take a step back, and is that how you are defining success in your business? Is that how you are finding joy? Because I'll tell you what, you can hit all those numbers and not have joy in the business. And I think having joy, having impact outweighs hitting high numbers, okay? So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about kind of rolls into this is knowing your story and sticking to 3 themes. Okay, so we've all talked about our avatar, our struggle web, having your story and sharing your vulnerability on social media, but that can be like squirrel focus, or you're sitting there going, I have nothing. So I loved how he talked about knowing your story and sticking to the 3 themes and talking about those 3 things on your page consistently. And I felt very confident in myself that I stick to these three themes. Our motherhood, my faith, my relationship with Jesus and being obedient to that, and health and fitness, obviously. Now, some of you, health and fitness might not be a huge part of your story. It might have led to something else. Like mine is post health and fitness because of motherhood. So they all kind of weave together. Maybe yours is, depression, and that's why you started Beachbody. Maybe yours was, body image issues, and that's why you started Beachbody. Maybe yours is financial. Maybe, you're big on finances, or Dave Ramsey, or maybe there's a different outlet, a different way to connect to people. I put health and fitness because I've always been health and fitness. That's what my degree is. So this is like ingrained in me, and I can connect with those people who, you know, were fit before they had babies, were fit and lived that lifestyle, but they have to make that switch from going to the gym to doing at-home workouts because that's what works for their lifestyle a little bit better. You might connect better with moms that have never worked out in their life. They've always been able to maintain their body, and now they've had a baby or two, and things don't always go back, especially after third pregnancy. Stomach looks a little different this time around, but you might connect with that mom in health and fitness. So when you write health and fitness, it's going to be a different story for each of us, right? I craved my workouts. I craved getting back into that. You might not. You might have to do workouts and talk your way. I know Michelle Held is not loving, she didn't love fitness at first, but she's learning to love it as a new mom, striving into this, and she's seeing the benefits that taking care of herself for those 60 minutes, because she's doing 80-day obsession right now, help her be a better mom, help her confidence. She is rocking it. She is doing things that she never thought she could. And so for health and fitness for her, that's been the transformation. She's been skinny, she's been thin, she never thought she had to work out. Her story is really cool, so I would love, I should have her share it because it's a really unique perspective on why health and fitness is so important. So knowing your story, motherhood, faith, and health and fitness, but knowing why those are important and why those make you the way they are and why they're important. So those 3 themes, if people go to your page, they should see that pretty consistently. And I feel like that's all I post about because my day is motherhood, talking to Jesus to walk me through motherhood, and health and fitness to keep my sanity through motherhood. Okay, so kind of weaving those themes all together on your page and being confident in those and nailing those 3 themes of your life. So number 3 that I want to talk about is failing. It's going to be a little bit of tough love, and this is stuff that I've said to myself. So I'm going to start it off with, I've been frustrated because since the last batch of amazing coaches that I've asked and invited to this opportunity and they've joined the team, I really haven't recruited a whole lot of new coaches, and I'm very frustrated with myself. I'm frustrated with the business because a lot of my goals have to find, we need new coaches on our team, right? And we want to continue to help people with this opportunity and bless it forward. But I'm just, for some reason, struggling with that. There's, I'll touch on this next, is my last point. There's a scenario in my head that I keep saying that I, can't train people. It's the same exact scenario and talk that I was giving myself in January, that I can't provide the best time right now, and how I feel a little bit overwhelmed on days. How is a new mom who's not used to coaching gonna feel? And they don't want this. Like, they're gonna laugh at me, they're gonna tell me no, or I don't think they'd want to do this. I don't know, and I'm holding back from asking them because I don't want to bother them. And you guys, I've been in this business for 5 years. To say that is kind of crazy, but I can't get frustrated at myself for failing because I'm not sacrificing anything for me to fail. I'm not going out of my comfort zone when it's inviting to coaching. I'm not even inviting to coaching. I'm not even doing it right now because I'm so frozen and paralyzed by my fear of it that I'm not doing anything. So how can I be frustrated that I'm failing and upset that I'm failing at adding coaches to my team when I'm not sacrificing anything to do it? Okay, so that's my scenario right now, but maybe you are on the challenge pack end. Maybe you're on the challenge group end. Maybe you're on the posting end of people aren't engaging on my posts and you're frustrated that you're failing on social media, but are you taking what we've told you and implementing it? If the answer is no, then you can't be upset that you're failing at this business. You have every right to be upset if you are posting on social media 2 times a day, you're inviting 3 people to coaching or a challenge group every day, you're following up with people every day, you're listening to national wake-up calls, you're listening to trainings and implementing them. And if you're spending 2 hours a day on this business 6 days a week and you're at Success Club 2, you can be upset that you're failing. and sit back and go, what am I doing? Why? Like, this is ridiculous, because you are sacrificing time. You are putting yourself out there. You are breaking over your fear and getting out of comfort zone. Like, you have every reason to be upset that you're failing. But if there is zero sacrifice, if you're not inviting, if you're not hitting your goals because you're not doing your power hour every day, you have zero reason to say this business is failing. You have not sacrificed anything. You don't know if it's failing because you're not doing it. And that was huge for me, because I was like, I'm not failing at adding coaches because I'm not even doing anything, right? I'm not even presenting the opportunity to someone, maybe in casual conversation where I feel safe, but I'm not breaking out of my comfort zone and be like, oh, this makes me out of, like, I'm super nervous to do this, or I don't want to, or okay, it's 9:15, I'm exhausted, I'm going to bed, and so I go to bed because I'm tired, and no one's gonna blame me. The reason I have right now is valid. No one's gonna get upset with me that I'm saying, I can't just focus on that right now because life is I'm tired, like mentally tired by the end of the day too. But I can't get upset that I'm missing goals because I'm not sacrificing anything to get there. Right? Does that like hit home for anybody? It did for me. I was like, oh man, that's so true. Failing cannot upset you if you're not sacrificing anything. Whether it's time, fear, breaking over your fear, getting out of your comfort zone, asking people you don't want to, posting on social media, doing your workout. Like, right, Sarah, no one's here breathing down my neck. I just messaged Meg and I was like, this is how I'm feeling. Like, this is where my head's at. Sometimes she walks me off that ledge like 5 times a year. Probably more. But, and she's like, you know what? I'm going through the same thing too, but I just keep posting opportunities. I keep posting jabs. Try this. And so I did it. I said, all right, Matt, I need you to watch Hayden. He took the week off of work. I need you to watch Hayden Thursday morning, and I'm going to do a day in the life of coaching on my Instagram stories. This is way out of my comfort zone. I haven't done one in a long time. I felt like I overshared last time, but I'm going to go back today, and I'm going to watch Meg's Instagram stories, coaching in a day, and I'm going to write down what she did, and I'm going to do the damn thing myself, okay? I'm terrified because I don't want people to think that I spend so much time coaching, so I don't want to overcomplicate it, but at the same time, I don't want them to not know what I'm doing, or I don't want them to know that 3 out of my 8 nursing sessions a day, I'm on my phone answering messages, posting on social media, following up with people, or sending invites. I don't want them to say, oh, you're not enjoying the time with Lincoln. I am. Because my other opportunity, my other option is to leave him in 3 weeks and go to an office where I have to work without him. At least I can be there nursing, holding him, and I'm helping the world. So that way, when he's done nursing, I've gotten 20 minutes of work done, and I can go be mom to the other 3 kids who need me. But some people, the other option, I know, but I'm so in my head about it. The other option is people leave their kids at 12 weeks. My sister-in-law just went back on yesterday. And she was terrified. She didn't want to leave her. And I'm so thankful that this business allows Matt to kind of go through what he needs to do with his job right now and figure out his next step in his career. For those of you who don't know, we took a pay cut with his job to move up, to leave Stryker, to go to Medtronic. We took a significant paycheck. And I never intended for Beachbody to be part of our income or our budget. It was always supposed to be fun money, but it is part of our budget. It is part of us making it every month and not going further into debt and putting mortgages on credit cards. It's because of this business. And why would I not share that? Why would I not share that? Why would I hide for fear? Or I was hiding because I didn't want Matt to feel, that he wasn't able to provide. When reality, it doesn't matter. God provides wherever it comes from. God's the one providing. We're just following. Take a step back and figure out, what has this business done for you? What can it do for you? I know. You know what, Jana? It's so funny because when Carrie and I had the babies, Hayden and Lucas together, like pretty close, I forgot that she was a teacher because she was off for so freaking long. Like, it's crazy. So I kind of went off on a tangent but I'm letting fear get in the way of me presenting the opportunity to more people and helping them with their finances and their confidence. But I'm also limiting the potential for this business to help my family. And that's not selfish because they go hand in hand. The more people that we help, the more we support our family. And for me, it got big again. I want to be able to, when we get this money from the house that we are selling in some odd days, less than a month, I want to be able to, like, we're going to be debt free. We're going to have that covered, and we're going to be able to kind of cut the slate clean using that money to pay off my car, Matt's student loan, and a credit card that we've had lingering, because we don't want to pay off too much because we're supporting 2 mortgages over here. But my point is, we're gonna be able to have that. We have that, and we can accomplish so much because of this business. And I need to stop hiding in fear, stop feeling like I'm failing when I'm not even putting myself freaking out there. I'm not even getting over myself or my own issues to help those people and to help grow my team and hit my goals. Okay, so that's the whole part of that. If you're failing and you're not sacrificing something, you cannot get upset. All right, so I just want you to think about that and just marinate that on yourself, okay? And number 4, this kind of plays into what I just said, red light and green light. There's 2 stories, there's 2 scenarios we play out every time we're faced with a decision. Every time that we're gonna go message somebody, we're playing this in our head of, I don't wanna message them, they're gonna tell me this. And that's a red light. Or we say, I'm going to message this person. They may say no, they may say yes, but I'm not going to know until I ask. And I know that this has value. I know that this program, To Be Mindset, is going to change nutrition forever. I know that this coaching opportunity can help someone with their confidence, help them get out of depression, help them financially. I'm going to go for it. And that's a green light scenario. That's a green light story that you're setting for yourself. So every time we're presented with the opportunity to invite, or we sit down to do our invitations, or we sit down to do our follow-ups, we are telling ourselves a red light story or a green light story. And we have to stop letting the red lights break us down. We have to stop stopping. Because when we stop stopping, we fail because we're not even trying. We're not getting out of our comfort zone. Right? We're not doing the invites. There's 2 things. We're not getting out of our comfort zone, or we're not doing the invite. So how is someone going to say yes if we're stopping every single time? If we're playing the scenario in our head that says they're not going to want this? What would happen if we had a green light every single time that said, I have an opportunity that could change their world, and I want to make sure that I ask them. I want to make sure that I ask them, that I do that. I listened to a call Scotty Hobbs had her on, and Meg shared it with us, and I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but what she said, she goes, when I got into this business and I saw what was open, I was more pissed that nobody else asked me to this business after all the coaches that I talked to until my coach did. That nobody invited me to a challenge group, and I had conversations with people, and nobody invited me to the coaching opportunity, but it took too long. That's what she was mad about. She wasn't mad that someone asked her. She was mad that nobody asked her, and we waited too long to invite her to the business. And my biggest regret is starting this business not too late, but my biggest regret is not starting 2 years before I did when Meg asked. Meg asked me in 2011, and I did not start until 2013. My biggest regret is not starting. I know that timing is everything. I feel like my story is I was a lot more in a better state of mind to do this now. But don't let that be the regret from somebody else. Don't let that be your regret. Don't let you be the person holding them back from not starting something. Meg is the one that asked me to coaching. So when I was ready, who do you think I went back to? Because I kept following her and I saw her success. I saw her success with her fitness. I saw her going on Disney trips. I saw her quitting her corporate job at 27, I think, 26 years old because of this business. So I know that maybe I'm not recruiting a ton of people right now, but I know if I keep sharing my story, if I keep sharing what these 4 healthy habits, these 4 vital behaviors have done for my life, for my family, and the relationships that I've gained, if I keep doing that, if I stop letting the red lights in my head and go with the green, I'm going to have amazing coaches on my team who I connect with, who I love, just like I do right now. We just have to get out of our head. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Success is how you define it, not anybody else. Take a step back and look at how you're defining success in your business. Know your story and stick to those 3 themes so you have focus, you have a theme on your page, people know what they're going to get, people know you, and be vulnerable in those 3 topics. I know some of you are fighting autoimmune disease. Some of you are fighting depression. Some of you are fighting loss right now. And these 3 themes might change as your seasons change. You know, right now I'm nursing a newborn, so that's a lot of motherhood. And when he's done nursing, it'll change. You know, your 3 themes, what are they? Failing. And the only way you can fail is if you're constantly trying and you're getting nowhere. But if you're not trying, if you're not sacrificing, if you're not getting out of your comfort zone, then you cannot be upset that you're failing, because you're not failing, you're just not doing, right? There's a difference. I'm going to tag that. You're not failing, you're just not doing. And there's a huge difference in that. Red light and green light scenarios. Stop going and allowing yourself to take the red light option and freezing yourself. I'm speaking to myself with this, and go with the green. Go with the green light and just let it go and detach yourself emotionally from the outcome. Because when they say no, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity. They're saying no right now. And I loved, he ended one of the tips on this. No is the beginning of the relationship. The most important thing that you can do to save that relationship and to help that person is that when they say no, do you write them off and never message them, or do you keep that conversation going? No does not mean right. No, it means just not right now. And how you react, how you respond, says more about you as a person and a human than how you respond, than being a network marketer. They'll say, she still cares about me. She wants to talk to me. I see value. I'm going to go with it, right? But if you always let those red lights stop you, then you'll never have the no, and you'll never have that relationship to build. Okay, so I hope this hit home with some of you. I hope this was just kind of eye-opening and maybe a little pep talk, right? Because I see so much potential on this team, and I don't want you guys to not hit your goals because I'm too scared to hit mine or too scared to get out of my comfort zone right now. So I'm going to go through this with you. I'm going to break my comfort zone. I'm going to stop those red light conversations, and I'm going to touch base with all the people that I've talked to about coaching thus far and follow up with them. I will share with you on Thursday, when I have a little bit more time, kind of where my thoughts are as far as recruiting and helping people join our team the end of May, beginning of June, and go into strong the month strong. So make it a great day, guys. Have an awesome afternoon. Let's keep helping people. Let's get over our own fears and make some big things happen. See you later.